Today we have a 1992 Daihatsu Mira Michito. This is another variant of a Daihatsu Mira. This one's the Michito, as I've already said. This looks like a snail. It's kind of like an escargot, but a cave version. It's got this rounded front that's completely different than the walkthrough Mira. So you actually get a normal door on both sides. Yeah. Then there's a smaller, it's either smaller or it's just simply a lower mounted seat. I think both seats are actually the same. I haven't really actually measured it. Let's take this out. Don't need this for the moment. So, taking a look in here real quick. Yeah, the seats look pretty much the same. If you guys don't already know, this is just like a Mira walkthrough. It has the same drivetrain. It's a 3-cylinder, 660cc carbureted engine. So this one is the same. It has the same 3-speed automatic or the 4-speed manual. I think there's a 5-speed manual too. I'm not sure, but this one's the 3-speed auto. Looking at it from the front, it has this very silly looking hump. It's kind of like a beluga whale. So we're gonna come around the side here to the back. Another distinctive feature of a Michito is this rear window, this triangle and I don't know, this multi-glassed window. I don't know how to talk right now, so yeah, let's just leave it at that. You get one pop-up hatch in the rear. Kind of pops up down low too, which is a little bit odd, so you get this kind of upward swing. It is just tall enough for me. I'm about 5'10". I can just get right over here. My hair may touch, but it's not too bad. It's not bad if it's a flat floor. If you're parked up against something and there's like a curb, somebody has a higher height or whatever, these corners are hazardous. But the real party trick is what the sides can do. I'm gonna go to the driver's side. You can see the Michito stuff, but you're gonna see these two weird levers, left and right. What does that do? These panels, man, are a little dirty and sticky, but works. Look at that. Isn't that cool? This one has optional flip down tables. I'm gonna go to this side, do the same. Kind of have to go in here and look for the little flap that's on this side, on this one. It's kind of like opening a hood with the release latch, but oh wait. And there we go. You get a perfect vendor van right here. I know some of these come with a window here. This one is obviously a full panel. You can sit in here and distribute whatever goods you have to pedal out the sides. If I am crouched here, you can see that there's plenty of room for my head and stuff. I can sit on a little step stool or something and maybe even have 2 people in here, one facing either side of the windows. Or maybe you can just sit here and face outwards, left, right, I don't know. Whatever you intend to distribute and vend out of this vending van, let's call it this, a distribution van. There are no power outlets here and there. You can probably easily install them behind the panels, just wire everything up as you need. Probably have one of those generator packs or something. Maybe even have like a little small power generator, an inverter type, so you can plug in your stuff. I slipped this off. If you're looking into distributing cold stuff, you can easily fit a huge cooler in here, and then you can access all your stuff. You can open one side if you like. I'm gonna step back here so we can look at what it looks like from far away. This would definitely draw a bunch of attention. I have the door open too. But check out those Gullwings, Gullwing Club. And this is what it would look like. Once again, you're gonna have pointy corners right here. If anybody's taller than me, this looks a little questionable. If there's a slope or anything that draws this lower just because your height is simply taller, you got to be aware of this. That is a hazard. Maybe put some corners, bright like orange pool noodles or something. I bought blue ones, but I don't plan on doing anything with this where I would need that, but it's good to have just in case. Let's take a closer look at how the table works. It's literally an L bracket just bolted into the side here. See? And then you just have hinges also on an L bracket bolted onto the side here, and the thing just folds out. Looks like it's a piece of MDF or something, like the cheap counterboard stuff. There's magnets to hold it up with the chain. Pretty simple. This is pretty primitive too. That's just the cable. It's just a hood latch cable or trunk latch cable that pulls this open, drops the latch, makes it open there, and then you have that as the release. Pretty simple. Close that. The rear, same thing. This actually has a lock. If you put the key in there, you can turn that and then this will lock this. But I'm not gonna lock it. I usually don't lock these things, just so I don't get them stuck. Everything closes up really easily. It is still a K, so it's just as big as any other K truck or anything like that. Here we have a K fire truck, same size. It's just a little goofy looking. Weird little quirk here is I see that there's like a wave in the windshield. It's almost like this isn't straight. It might just be an optical illusion, but it looks like there's an indentation in the middle there. The paint on this guy is a little bit so-so. There's a little cracking webbing there. There's touch-up all over the place. And just like any Daihatsu walkthroughs, Mira walkthroughs and stuff, just because of how these things are put together, there are definitely rust spots. You'd be hard-pressed to find one of these where this isn't damaged. This looks like foil. There's aluminum foil here. That's nice. Okay, so underneath, this chassis is actually pretty clean. It's just the Daihatsu Mira rot spots that are problems. Because there's so many seams and so many weird places for it to collect water. And then everything just starts to rust. And like, look at all these seams everywhere. That thing was back here. I think this side, yeah, this side has that typical corner rot. Because all this water just runs down that seam and just kind of collects there depending on how you parked. So it's just gonna get rusty. Same right there. Every Mira walkthrough is like this unless it's been restored. But once again, under here, this one is still nice underneath. Take another look at these seams right here. All this stuff. It's literally patchwork. Everything is just kind of patched together. Even if you come in here, you can see all these panels and seams and stuff, and you're gonna see there is rust forming right there. That is not normal in a Mira walkthrough van, but in a Michito, that's probably a thing. So let's come out into the front. We'll take a look under the hood. All right. Just like the other Mira vans you guys have already seen, this is the same 3-cylinder carbureted engine. I've shown you this in our blue walkthrough before. That thing is in the middle of an engine swap to get the TRXX engine. But we're not done with that yet. We'll update you soon. Here, you can see it's, sorry about the shadow, but here you can see that this still has the old R12 AC setup. That's actually pretty cool because I have a bunch of R12 we can charge this up with as we need. Over here, I believe this badge said Michito, because usually it just says Mira and it's not this long. So I wish I can restore this, and this looks like what used to be a T, and there's like an O here, so Michito. But unfortunately, it's all messed up and ruined. I don't know if I can replace it and restore it. For now, we'll deal with that later. This one's been recently serviced here and there. That's 37,000 something kilometers. Reiwa 2, so it's maybe like a few years ago. And then this, there's a battery. I can't see how long the battery has been replaced, but this has started right up every time. There's no problem. Over here, 35,000 something kilometers. They did the timing belt at 26, so I'm assuming this is Heisei 26. I don't know what Heisei 26 is off the top of my head to check the time and mileage, but I've rolled this into 39,500 something kilometers. So mileage wise, it hasn't been long. It's probably just a time thing. I just noticed, oh yeah, it's just a little loose and wavy. Just like the Mira walkthroughs or any of the Miras, The nose is easily swappable because all the mirrors are the same from the firewall forward. That way, that's how you find the Mira Classics, the Mira Genos, the Mira TRX X noses, or just the standard Mira van look. Let's take a look in the interior. There is plenty of space in the interior here. It's obviously a giant, really tall van. I believe it's about 6 foot and something tall. So just like the walkthrough van, it's that tall, same height and stuff, other than this circle hoop thing, semicircle. Coming over here, you're gonna see the interior is no frills. This is an L200 after all, so it's a little bit different, and this is an older one, so there's a two-step design for this part, just kind of like what would be your glove box, like a little storage bin area. Down here, it's all your blower motor stuff. This is all metal stuff. This plastic, I'm not sure if this was added or if this is part of the car. It looks like it was added. I don't know. The prior owner had some stuff screwed on here before. I have no idea what this switch does. It's a light switch. I haven't found it yet. Oh, speaking of more seams and stuff, yeah, look at this. It's just folded over. Continuing on, this model does have AC. The AC does work, so that is really good. We have a cassette deck here with an AM/FM radio. Japanese frequencies, so it's not going to work here in the US except for one, maybe two overlapping channels. There is a drink holder. The drink holder doesn't really work unless it's a really small can, because the bottom of your drink starts hitting like the cassette player buttons and eject and stuff, so it doesn't actually sit properly. There's a free box. Ooh, there's red envelopes in here. Actually, I think these are mine. So yeah, there's that, and then we got the original Michito floor mats. It just looks like a little polka dot spot, cow spots. Automatic, so 2 pedals, not much going on here. A bunch of random wires here and there. There's a fuse box. Some things have been modified in this car. They put power windows and they put power locks. So here, even with the remote. Flashes the hazard light. Isn't that cool? So let's start this guy up and we'll go for a drive. Get the L200 cluster. Basically, it's very minimalistic. You don't even get like your shifter lights and stuff there like the L500. Starts right up, no problem. Get a really big windshield. I am afraid of this windshield. I guess it's not that complex. It's just a mild curvature on the glass, but I broke a mirror walkthrough windshield sometime last year, and you know, I sourced it, I got it replaced. It was about $1,000, but I don't even know if this is still made. Like, that one was made by the aftermarket because Daihatsu stopped making. I think this is a Daihatsu glass. So this is still the original windshield, or at least an original replacement. I do have to glue the headliner back in. Maybe I'll replace it with something nicer. That's really the plan for this. We're not gonna use, I don't know, it's a cool van. My wife likes it, so she's gonna play with it, enjoy it until she doesn't want it anymore. I don't know, because she's gonna get to drive her TRX X Mira walkthrough. The passenger side gets a net. The driver's side gets a pocket. The windows are wired in reverse, so you press up for it to go down, and you press down for it to go up. And this regulator is a little weak, or it's a little old and it needs some lube. Same over here, we get both switches. This one works a lot faster, and this glass doesn't go all the way down like the passenger side does. Weird. But at least that regulator goes up and down properly. So, it's really hot in here. I want to turn on the AC. Feel that R12. I can almost stand upright in the passenger footwell. I'm hunched over maybe like 6 to 8 inches. The passenger footwell is deeper than the driver's side footwell. I don't know if you can see that. So I'm gonna go step into the, kind of poke my head into the back. Looking into the back here, up and down, you probably have about 4.5 feet. I could measure that if you guys want. The width is obviously the width of the van, so it's about a little bit less than 4 feet because the exterior width is about 4 feet. It is a flat floor all the way across except for the wheel wells, just like in the Mira walkthrough. Actually, our Mira walkthrough, we have a floor riser, so it is almost flush to the exit lip right there. So our wheel wells are smaller, but then again, you lose some height space. There are no tie down points for anything in here. You'll have to bolt in your own. There is a safety crossbar here, probably to prevent a larger load from plowing through and hitting the seats, but it is pretty much open otherwise. If you guys have been watching my stuff for a while now, we have a Daihatsu Mira walkthrough van. It's a blue one. It's actually my wife's. Same with this one, at least. So I complained about the horrible engine or transmission in the Mira walkthrough. It's actually really not a problem. We discovered why the blue one was so slow. The blue one was so slow because somebody messed with the distributor timing, the ignition timing. It was either too far advanced or retarded all the way back one way. And that made it run really poorly, so it was really difficult to get it running real well unless it was very hot out and it was already warmed up. And even then, it wasn't great. So I dreaded this when we picked this up from the port, and then I had my wife drive this. I was just like, oh no, it's gonna be horribly slow, it's gonna be a problem, because I picked it up with her. We flew down here to pick both of these vehicles up, so my wife drove the Michito home, and I drove the 99 Hijet home. And the Hijet has a 5-speed manual, so it's easier to do speed. This thing with the 3-speed auto, I thought was gonna be bad. It actually wasn't. So it turns out, like I said, the one we have was just running poorly, and we didn't know. So this can easily do 70 miles per hour. 75, it was a flat and maybe with a downhill or something to help us. But it was very easy to get this going down the highway and it wasn't a problem. So at least that fear is now gone. I take back all the bad things I said about a Mira walkthrough with an automatic, being stupid slow and whatnot. There's a can rolling around back there, but I take that all back because this thing actually drives like it should, like you would expect a K car to drive. Like, it's not a turbo K car, it's not fast. Even the turbo K car usually is not necessarily fast, but it's adequate. You can get out of your own way, you can move, stay with the flow of traffic to within reason, and it just works. The blue one, not so much, so hopefully we'll get that going very well soon. Now we're gonna drive down what is formerly known as the bumpiest road known to man here. They have repaved almost the entire thing and they're almost done. They haven't done the final layer yet. I have the AC on and you can see me pick up speed at this thing. No problem. And there's some of the bumpy part and we're back to smooth again. And I'm going a little bit too fast for this road now, so I'm gonna slow down. Or at least let off the throttle. It's a very smooth driving van. It's very nice to handle considering what this thing is. You don't expect much of the ride comfort when you look at one of these things, but it's actually pretty good. The brakes do have some room for improvement, I guess. It is 4-wheel drum brakes. It is not great when you have to really brake for a longer period of time from a higher speed or something. But what do you call it? The pedal feel is no good. Like, it feels a little questionable, and it'll surprise you the first time when you have to hit it, and if you weren't aware, because I was not aware that this was 4-wheel drum brakes. So, yeah. Something to keep note of, because I believe these are old enough where they didn't do the front disc yet. I don't know if that was an option or not. I like this. It's not as fun as the Mira walkthrough, probably because it doesn't have like the school bus door and you being like this squared off look that looks like like you're just driving a bus. But this is cool in its own way. I always get the ice cream truck jokes. People are always like, "Do you have ice cream?" And I'm like, "No, I'm sorry, I don't have ice cream. We don't serve that here." Maybe I should store a box of like have a little cooler with some random ice cream in there just to randomly hand off to somebody when somebody actually asks again. Sounds like a good idea. Just have to remember to bring a popsicle or something, I don't know. Nestle drumstick, a Klondike Choco Taco. Ugh. You do have to be careful of rough roads from construction because you are still on little 12-inch diameter rims. The wheels are actually, the tires are actually supposed to be smaller than a K-Truck. It's 145/70/12. A K-Truck is 145/80/12. What I've already done is I replaced those dry rot tires that were hard as rocks on this thing. I've replaced them with K-Truck tires, 145/80/12, and it helped me with some speed because now I'm going faster because I have, with my gearing. So I'm going faster because the wheel diameter is larger than it thinks it has. So that's good in its own way. It's also more comfortable just because it's ever so slightly larger, so I have slightly more sidewall. I apologize for that can rolling around. I gotta clean up the vehicle next time I do videos and stuff, but this thing drives fantastic. All right, I'm gonna look underneath. So it's pretty clean under this thing, actually. Some surface rust here and there. Is he washing his hand? This exhaust, this muffler looks exactly like the other one, the one that we took out. This one. Ooh, I don't like this. Take a look at this when you're done. Is this questionable? That hole in the subframe?
Yes, that's rotted through.
Is it fixable?
You go up all the way.
It's crunchy.
So they knew about this. The side. You have to get a hammer and see how bad it is, how far you can go. Find the best metal and make a piece.
Okay.
And weld it in place.
Okay.
Should be fine. Not too bad, as long as the top side's good.
Yeah, the top side looks all right.
This one's not as bad as the other one. The black one?
Yeah?
The black one was worse than this.
Yeah. Like this one's pretty clean throughout. It's just like that random spot.
Yeah. If you have that laser gun,
Yeah, we can laser buzz it.
Where the good metal is, and it'll actually make my welding a lot easier.
All right, I can bring the laser over. It's actually pretty small. Another good test is right here down this part of the road. Yeah, this is nice, perfect. Amazing what a set of new tires, nice tires can do for a ride of a vehicle. All right, let's go home. We got the high-jet truck. Pothole City over here. I mean, the van is very rattly and squeaky and stuff, but believe me, this is very smooth for what this thing is. It's a lot better. Not that it was horrible before, but you know, this is better. Finally, a nice piece of road. I don't think you'll roll over on this thing just because of how it handles and how the suspension feels, but it is not confidence inspiring when you turn this thing at speed. There's a lot of understeer. It's a van. It doesn't handle well. It's a box that's hardly ever designed for anything other than carting your stuff around. So it's not pleasant to drive at high speeds, but it'll get the job done. Let's do a quick little acceleration test here. It was very slow. Thanks for watching me show you our 1992 Daihatsu Mira Michito. It's a rare version of the Mira vans if you can get your hands on one. Let me know what you guys think we can do with this, assuming we keep it side by side with my wife's walkthrough. This is definitely a perfect vending van. We don't really do that kind of stuff, so it's more for a novelty for us. That's why we're not exactly sure what we're going to do with it. Here it is real quick with a high-jet truck for a size comparison to a K-Truck. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys next time.